I can then connect to you. If I'm not connected, I'll give you a demand. I'll give you a diagnosis. I'll say I have no choice, I have no responsibility. Or I'll say I deserve things.
That's the next one.
Next one?
Yeah, deserve oriented thinking that some people are bad and ought to be punished. And others are good. There's where the rewards the flip side of that is, of the same coin is to reward good people. Some people deserve to go to heaven, others deserve to burn in hell. That would be kind of a clip. Yeah.
That's right, religious deserve, yeah.
Or I guess there's so many.
I like the one where, like, I deserve more respect. And, like, that's what they're saying is, I really want to be respected in my relationships, and I really like you, and I so want to keep our relationship so good, but, like, I just want that respect, and I'm just not getting it. Would you be willing to pay? Would you be willing to do this that would help me meet my need for respect? They want to say that, but they don't know how to say that, so they say it in a disconnected way. They say it in a way where, like, it's almost like a subtle demand, like, you ought to be respecting me. Why aren't you doing the thing you ought to be doing? Yeah, there is a force above you that says what you ought to be doing right now. You don't get to choose it. I deserve things. And so, yeah, it's disconnected from choice. It's disconnected from request. And what I'd like to invite, the possibility is that if we can be aware of our breath, if we can be aware of ourselves, what we're feeling and needing in real time. Yeah, real-time relationships, right? We can be aware of what we're feeling in real time. And then we can try to avoid these cultural disconnections. Then we can come into a connection with ourselves. And like, I think we'll just go to the OFNR about how to achieve self-connection, or rather, one path to achieve self-connection. I need to recenter again. Get going. All right. So OFNR is observations, feelings, needs, and requests. And this is kind of like a formula to help you understand a process of connection. And I'm going to first concentrate on me, because I like me. I love me a lot. I give me some hugs. All right, so I'm going to give myself a self-hug. I'm observing all the people here. I'm observing the crowds getting bigger. I'm observing smiles on some faces and some chewing of some food and some enjoyment of a hot dog over here. I'm making these observations. I'm observing just my breath, right? I'm just staying conscious of that. And that helps me keep conscious of real time. It helps me keep kind of connected with my head and everything else that's going on in me.
So you're spying on us by creepily staring at us.
Yeah, I'm creepily staring. I'm observing. All right, so I want to be connected to what I'm observing. I want to try to make these observations judgment-free. I want to try to, like, not, at this point, I don't want to give any analysis to my observations. I just kind of want them to be clean camera observations. What I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, what I'm smelling. Because as soon as if I put the evaluation in too quick, then I won't be able to connect that to what I'm feeling and needing. So I really need to, like, bring the whole thing out to a whole, like, extrude the observations into my feelings. So I'm like, okay, now how does this make me feel? If I'm having a good time giving a presentation, or if I'm having a playful time, joking about spanking, or flashing the camera with a kilt, so we're having so I'm feeling like I'm having some good time, and I'm in.
Have you done that?
Not in front of the camera.
Well, maybe you have it, just didn't see
Yes,
it.
I
Can't see it.
with cell phones these days, you just never know. Yeah, so I want to.
Keep the bugs away?
Oh, yeah, it's a bug thing.
Yeah.
That thing burns on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh. We're all burning.
Keeping the bugs away.
It's not hot.
Yeah, that doesn't make me bugs.
So I'm trying to maintain awareness of my surroundings, maintain awareness of my evaluation or my observations without evaluation, and then I'm trying to feel like, what am I feeling right now? And if it's connected to good things, I can say, oh well, I'm happy right now. I'm having a good time. Feeling very playful. My need for stimulation, my need for connection, to talk to others and share ideas. My need for meaning and playfulness are getting met. So like all these good feelings I'm having are all connected to all the good things that are happening in my total organism. And so, like, oh, okay, well, that's good. And if it's a bad thing, if I'm feeling sad, why am I feeling sad? Well, you know, I turned 36 about a month ago, and I was feeling kind of sad because it made me remind me of my dad who passed away kind of early. And he died at 45, and I think and of course then I get afraid. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, he died at 45, and I've got his genes. Like, man, I feel like I have not gone on half this ride yet. Like, no, this cannot, I want this to be like 1/5 of the ride. This has got to be, I want a lot more of this. This is all right, you know. I want to keep this going. And like to think that like I could die in 9 more years, like it's like, oh man, I feel scared and I want to take care of myself. And if I'm not aware of all those feelings, and then I can just get depressed, I can just kind of like not even know why I'm upset. I could like snap at somebody. I could do all sorts of things because I'm totally not. I have these needs, but I'm not aware of them. I have these feelings, but I'm not even naming them. And it's going to express itself in disconnected ways because your organism wants you to hear it. You know, your whole being kind of has these little ways of saying, "Hey, I'm still here." You know, there's a piece of you in the back that's saying, you know, we're feeling kind of scared about our own mortality. You know, or we're feeling kind of sad about losing a connection of a loved one. And so, but when I get into that awareness, then I can like, wow, Jacob, yeah, I can understand why you'd be scared. I can understand why you'd be sad that he's not around anymore. I can accept, and that brings me to a place where I'm just accepting me, just like saying, yeah, you're feeling these things, you're needing these things, you know, and you just let's just play with it. Let's just sit and back and observe the conscious of the breath, and just let that pass over. And when that passes, maybe good feelings come back, you know. And if I don't accept it, maybe I'll just keep feeling bad because that part of me wants to be heard, and I want to be able to hear myself. And so that's the observations, feelings, needs for myself, and then I can give myself requests. Like, well, Jacob, maybe you should change your diet. Maybe you should find out or do some research and find a diet and not do the diet your dad did, meat and potatoes and smoking cigarettes, you know.
It's a good diet, though.
It's tasty. Yeah. So then I've made myself a request. All right, can you be committed to sticking with this regime? That makes me feel better. Like, okay, I'm doing something about the feelings and needs that I'm having, and I can move on with that. And when I'm aware of all of those things in my life, suddenly if someone comes at me and says, "You dirty commie," I'm like, you know what? You're kind of scared probably that you think that my ideas threaten yours. And like, I don't feel threatened by that. That's fine. I accept you. That you're kind of scared right now, or you're concerned. You wanna share ideas with me. You wanna hash this out. We wanna process this together. That's cool. Let's get excited. You know what I mean? And so like, I don't have to respond to their stimuli. I get a choice to like make something else. Like I don't have to get mad that they're mad at me. I can just say, oh yeah, I can. I just want to hear what you're saying. I can try to become connected with them. I'm hearing what they're saying. I'm hearing their words. I can be listening for their feelings. Just trying to get connected. Like, what's going on with life for Dylan right now? What's Dylan feeling?
Put you on the spot.
Yeah. Actually, I want to do that right now. Put you all on the spot.
No.
What are you feeling?
I don't like being put on the spot.
See,
I guess it's an anxious.
You're expressing a preference for not being put on the spot then, huh?
Anxiety.
Anxiety?
Yeah, the anxiety, because you just...
On the spot and anxious. Yeah. You feel anxious at putting you on the spot. What else? Anyone else got feelings? Pretty relaxed. Yeah. Huh, excellent.
It really likes the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
So the meat and potatoes of NBC.
This is meat and potatoes of NBC, yeah. I'd encourage you to give it a shot. And if you're doing that breath consciousness still, how we doing? Are we still with it? We're losing it a lot?
Doing fine.
I'm losing it a lot.
I'm losing it a lot. Every now and then, but I'm getting it back.
As I contemplate what I want to say, I'm going to lose it. I'm like, okay, bring it back. All right. I would encourage you all, invite you all, as a possibly life-changing experience, to start being conscious of your breath and naming your feelings, good and bad. I find it is actually hardest to do it when it's good. when I am stressed out, when someone comes at me with lots of angriness, that's when empathy is becoming the easiest time for me to get connected to myself. Like that's when I'm like, okay, I need to take a breath now. I'm just gonna hear what this person has to say. I'm gonna let their anger wash over me. I'm just gonna accept it. Like you're just a human being who's having feelings right now, and I just want to hear your feelings. And after you get done telling me your feelings, I'll hear what you have to say after that. It's I got some time. I'm willing to give you that gift in my ears, like that. As long as we're not fighting or wrestling, as long as we're still at the talking level, I can just hear it. It's all right. I got choices about how I want to feel and how I want to respond, and I'd like to take that. And there's that invitation. Try naming your feelings. Get out make a list of feelings. NVC's got a pretty good what they call feelings inventory. If you Google that, feelings inventory, you'll find that they got a little chart, and they've got it separated into the feelings you have when your needs are being met, and the feelings you have when your needs are not being met. When you're not, anyone got any? What's some suggestions? If your needs are not going to be met, what are you feeling? Irritated. That's one. Okay, irritated. Excited.
Wait.
When you
Your needs are not getting met. Yeah.
Sad.
Sad. Yeah. Safety. Yeah. Yeah. So you're fear. Yeah. Take a guess.
No, I don't know. I just named something.
Okay. I just want to do this exercise because I found that when I started MVC or empathic consciousness, I had my feelings vocabulary was so low, and that even today I'll still look at the feelings inventory, and then there's more than one. There's a couple out there that you can find, and I'll look at them all. I just want more words to describe what's in me, so that other people can understand, so I can communicate what's alive in me.
Remember what you have right now.
Upset.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
You got any feeling that might be
No, they've said it all.
Oh, they said it all.
They said all of it.
Frustrated, yeah. If you feel bad, what are you feeling? Name a feeling bad. Can you be more specific?
I feel bad.
Okay.
Would you want to say how you feel physically, whether
It
your
could
heart
be.
rate from anxiety, that you would say, oh, I'm feeling, under pressure, I'm hyper, something.
Yeah.
You could read it.
Anxious,
My heart rate-
agitated,
my heart
excited.
rate going up.
Yeah, excited. These are all. I think those are three. Mary said. What did you say? Anxious,
would apply to good.
anxious, tense, excited.
That's
all describing. I
all
think.
like body chemistry.
Yeah.
It's like if that's what the thing's bothering you, just want to stop that body chemistry from occurring. There's something that's causing that, and then that's what you're trying to say is address what's the cause. So that where you have a need for that to stop, where you find the need for that to stop, you need to find the cause.
I want us.
So if you're going yourself in dangerous situations, you're gonna get very scared and stuff, and you don't want to feel that way. Well, the cause is just your environment. You want to separate the environment, then you won't feel that way no more.
Yeah, I would say I want to be conscious of what I'm feeling. I want to be able to give it names so that I can express it clearly to others. And I just want to accept what it is, and then maybe I can change it. Sometimes I can't change it. Sometimes I can sometimes no matter what I'm gonna, I can go and go for a run, and I'm still kind of feeling that way. I could be angry. I'm gonna go for a bicycle ride. I'm ticked off. So I go for a bicycle ride, and I'm still ticked off as I'm bicycling. That can happen. You know what I mean? Just because I've changed my strategy doesn't mean my feeling will change. It's just what I'm trying to say is that I want us to get connected to what we're feeling because it's part of us. And I think sometimes we can be so upset in our heads that we're not even conscious of what we're feeling. Sometimes we can get into arguments with people that are all about mental, cognitive stuff, but we're angry at them and we're yelling and we're well, no, that's not what that means. Rather than saying how about we negotiate what that could mean, or how about it can mean two different things, and your meaning, just let me know. It doesn't have to be a tense moment, but I'm discussing this thing, and I even though it's heady and emotional and cognitive, I'm not aware of what I'm feeling, and it's coming out.
Identifying it is definitely the first part of working through it, whatever it is.
To process it, I need to identify it. Feelings not being met. Feelings you might have when your needs are not being met.
I don't know, all of the things.
Sure.
All at once.
Yeah, you guys, come on. Yeah.
I think insecurity.
Insecure.
A lot of it has to do with it's the good thing in the future or the past. There's a whole list of different feelings.
Yeah. This like this kind of feeling where like you just don't know what to trust. Is that it? Yeah. Feel unsettled. Okay. Mary, think of something. A feeling that our needs not being
When
met.
my needs are not being met.
Yeah.
See, I already mentioned. Conflicted. I think I mentioned.
Yeah. Conflicted. I think that's connected to confused.
Yeah.
That's all like torn.
Not be a torn.
Yeah. I want to do A and B, but I can't do A and B. I don't know. Ambivalence. Maybe even sometimes. Disappointed. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I wanted that to happen. It didn't happen.
That felt of hurt too. But
Could you
Yeah. A feeling.
repeat the
An emotion
question?
that what you might be feeling if a need's not getting met. If you feel bad.
Isolation.
Isolated, alienated, alone. Yeah.
Big ass words.
I can't even think of them all off the top of my head. They got the inventory there, but yeah, I'm thinking angry, sad. Angry. No one said angry. Annoyed, irritated.
Blameful.
Blameful. Yeah. Let's see.
would
What
there be feelings of guilt? Like you're feeling full of like
self
you're being
blame? Is that what
or
you're
you're
saying?
blaming yourself?
Either one.
Okay. Yeah.
Like
So I'm
guilty or
feeling.
blaming
Different
yourself?
people.
I'm feeling regret. Is that maybe it? Like I'm blaming myself means I'm just kind of feeling like, oh, I regret having done that. And then the blame is the blame is the evaluation. I shouldn't have done that. The blame is I'm a bad person. Oh, actually, that's the diagnosis. I'm a bad person for doing that. I feel bad. I did that. So yeah.
Hurt's kind of a tricky one though too, because hurt implies that there's somebody else involved and it's not taking ownership over your own feeling. Like if I say I'm feeling hurt, well, if I'm not hurt by something physically, if I'm hurt by what somebody else said to me, then I'm not taking ownership over my feelings. So maybe I would feel sadness, but to say I feel hurt would imply, holding
How
another
about this?
responsible.
What if I feel hurt, but I'm not saying that you hurt me? What I'm saying is that I heard you say something, and then a piece of my innards got crushed. And I'm like, ooh, a friend of mine recently said, inner turmoil. A friend of mine recently, I was in a discussion with him, and he goes, it's funny that you're into this empathic consciousness now, because you're probably like the least empathic